Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show.
Oh, you want to read something?
Well,
yes.
I just quickly wanted to say how to avoid being fired as a parent.
Okay.
I think that could be quite useful, although some people might want to be fired.
Uh-huh.
More and more often, children fire their parents. Uh-huh. As they move into adolescence, kids dismiss their parents and their mothers and fathers, write them off, sever their relationship with them. It is happening today in thousands of families, irrespective of social and economic class. By the droves, youngsters are leaving their parents physically or psychologically to find more satisfying relationships everywhere, usually with groups of their peers. Why is this happening? Anyway, I just thought I would just mention that. And again, it's a question of values, which you had mentioned, and that often when we sit down and work it out, we do have the same values, but also, and look, they're talking about hair. I remember people would get so upset by kids that had mohawks. Because when my kids went to primary school,
yes,
the school next door was a school where you could wear, for year 11 and 12s, and they could wear normal clothes and they could have shaven heads and rings coming out of here.
Self-expressed.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I loved it, but some parents would get very worried about how these kids looked. And I was always like, look, they can always grow their hair. It's like, so what?
Yes.
So, yeah, anyway, that's just, again, it's all about those iMessages, active listening. And
so when you were reading that, I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible. But the book, that's the P.E.T. book.
Yes.
That goes on to say what parents might want to do to keep in relationship with their kids.
Yeah,
which is what we've been talking about. Yeah, I think, mohawks and things, I don't know, they've got the reputation. So if you look a certain way, then that means you're dangerous or something. But, not necessarily. Most people, as we were talking before, you can dig for the gold and you can get beautiful things out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just read something here.
Yeah, you do that.
One of the things, we could, if we're having a bit of an unclear time, I'm reading from Deborah Pascoe's book, Viva or Vive, she says. We've interviewed her. A beautiful big orange book. And it says, start writing. Buy a physical notebook or planner. Writing slows you down and makes you think more clearly. Whatever style of notebook suits you, beautiful, plain, inspirational, it doesn't matter. Just get one, not an electronic one. We have more than enough technology. So I actually bought a notebook the other day that said something about be the kind of strange in the world that you wish to see in others, or something like that. It was quite a fun little. I should have put it in my bag.
And yeah, writing. I totally agree. I write a lot. If I was on a Zoom call yesterday with 3 people, and I was writing.
Yes,
and because for me, it actually cements the information in my head. Whereas if I'm just listening, I often don't remember, not that I remember everything when I write it, but then I can go back to and go, oh, yes, if I can read my writing, that's the other part. But I do see the benefit.
I tend to write a lot. I never used to, but I do now, write notes. But also, even if you were just sitting quietly by myself, I don't do it enough. But I do find, new thoughts come from just writing. But also, making lists and notes. She's a big believer in lists, and it seems pointless. It might seem pointless, but do it anyway. There's still plenty of stuff to do, probably more to do now than ever. Anyone complaining of being bored need look no further. The satisfaction of ticking things off a list still has a strangely rewarding effect. I notice that because sometimes I'll try and be paperless and put things into my notes in my phone. I find it easier to write and then cross things off. Yes. And I'm now trying, because of course I was using scrap paper, and I'm now trying to that's why I bought a notebook, to try and put it all in one place, because otherwise I just end up in a mess and I can't find my notes because I don't know where I've put them. So if they're in a book.
Well, and then you can put it in your bag and it can go with you. Yes. Whereas, as long as you don't have a tiny bag, which I know you don't. So, yeah.
So, and the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And that was Socrates.
And he's a little bit old.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yes.
Yes. So, and now changing books.
Yes.
Succulent Wild Woman by Sark. This is an old book. I've had it for ages.
And you brought this out because we love the sort of messiness of it.
Yes.
And we're thinking eventually when our book comes out, it's going to be a little bit messy.
The cover is colourful.
Yes.
And inside, she's got lots of illustrations and it's all over the place. It's a real coffee table book. You just pick it up, put it down. And I picked it up.
Yes.
I picked it up and it says, so let's risk wearing something that's a bit too much, inverted commas, laughing too much and loving too much. So, woohoo. And then it says down the bottom here, certainly we'll wear hats that are too much and eat too much chocolate. And that sounds like a motto we'd like to adopt.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Can I just say on the whole hat situation,
yes,
I do have a hat situation. My hat situation is that for my birthday, which was about 6 weeks ago now, or maybe 5 weeks ago, I was given a hat, but I haven't got the hat yet because they can't find the hat. I need a purple hat.
Oh.
And it needs to be one of those beautiful bright purple hats.
Yes.
And not from the $2 shop.
Like a dress, a lovely dress
Well, like
hat.
the ones that we wear.
Yes.
So one of those, I don't know what they're called. They call those ones bowler hat or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. But, in felt or something like that. And we have looked, and so it's two of my kids and their girlfriends. We cannot find a purple hat because the ones online, they're coming from a weird place and we're not willing to buy them because there's all these regulations on eBay or whatever. And
it'd be good to be Australian, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So please, anybody who can help me, I need a purple hat.
What do they call them? Sort of milners?
Yes.
Milners?
I've got to find a milliner.
I know someone who knows the milliner.
Oh, you know somebody? Oh, look, I can see Pauline in there. Yeah, a milliner.
Oh,
a milliner. Okay.
Oh, I thought you knew a milliner.
Yes,
she's just correcting us.
Yes, we love it. So, yes, a milliner. I need a milliner to make me a purple hat because they just don't exist. And I'm shocked by it.
Yes.
Because red, yes. Grey, yes. Black, yes. Purple, no. Anyways,
blue. There's a blues everywhere.
Yes, but not purple. Sorry, right. I've just had to have that little...
Yeah, that little rant. Mm-hmm. So the rest of the motto, which is, I amazingly can read it. It's in little writing.
Oh, good.
It says, so we're wearing hats that are too much, tick. Eat too much chocolate, tick. And then we'll take too many naps.
Oh.
I can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
No. Well, I was listening to someone talking about other countries, countries like Mexico, a lot of Europe. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting the...
You're very expressive today with your hands.
Yes. Well, talking about Europe, that's what it is.
The south of France.
The Italian and yes. They have naps in the middle of the day, particularly during, I think at all times, but particularly during summer. And I think that I could do because it's all part of a process. You first of all, you have this big, sumptuous meal with your family and then you lie down and have a sleep. That I could do.
It's a bit like Christmas lunch every day.
Yes, exactly. I think it's because what has happened to me in the past is that if I start napping, I'm out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I've got to then get on with the day. But I reckon if I got into the swing of that kind of European, Mexican way of being, I think I'd be okay.
Well, I think too their day then goes into the night.
Yes, that's right.
So, but we feel like we have to have everything done by 5 or 6 o'clock. So, yes, and actually that's what I've been adopting. Like if I decide to go for a beach walk or have a nap in the afternoon, then, I can do things after hours that make up for that time.
But you also then are happy to get up really early in the morning.
I am. In fact, sometimes that's better. Yeah, just to get up at 5 or 6 and get into things before I'm interrupted.
Well, see, I can't do it at both ends. I can't be going to bed at 11 o'clock and then up at 5 o'clock.
You can't be doing that.
I can't be doing that. Not and function, right? I can, if you want me to.
Well, and even if you look at it over a week, like sometimes, I can do, say, a 4 hour a night, 4 hour sleep 1 or 2 nights in a week, but not every night. Have to make it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it just doesn't work for me.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.